I figured I'd do a driving video since it's been a while. So here we are, driving from Latonia area of Covington. I'll put the windows up, put the air on, I guess. So I need to find a better way to mount the phone. It just makes me a little nervous. I hit the bumps and stuff like that. I don't really like the fisheye. I would say it's fine, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I figured I'd do a driving video since that's the whole name of the channel. But yeah, it was storming and stuff early this morning till midday or so, and it's showing rain for the whole nother week every day, so we'll see. We're already into May. So, but yeah. Always get a little paranoid because of the way the phone is. I don't want a crooked image for the viewer to watch here. Fixed it. Hopefully the video doesn't shut off. It's done that before. So, but yeah, it's saying it's 76 degrees outside, and it's May. I usually upload these the same day, so since there is no editing involved here. It's May. What is May? May something. 15th? I don't know. No, it's more than that, I think. So yeah, 16th, 17th, I don't know. But yeah, I think gas just came down up where I live. It's probably the cheaper in the area compared to other places. I think it's still like $4.50. We're about $4.16, something like that. In the Hebron area. Over here off Madison Pike, we got 3L, whatever it is. Speedway stuff says 446, and we got UDF 446, diesel 529. The last car was a Golf TDI Mark 6, but that got totaled out because I went up to Cincinnati to go check out some pawn shops with my son, and some dickhead sideswiped us, so there's that. That's what happens when you go to Ohio. They just give their license to anybody. It's kind of like getting a CDL now, you know what I mean? They give the CDL license to anybody. Anybody brave enough to drive a big truck, they're like, here you go. Box truck drivers are the worst. They act like they're driving a regular car. But everything's full of life and green and all that. I got both of my peach trees have peaches growing on them. One's a new peach tree with contender peach. I don't know what the older one is. Cherry tree's got some cherries coming in. And 475 runs right up into downtown Cincinnati, so we'll be building a bridge here, and they just broke ground last week. That's kind of why he came through my area. Then he headed up there. So they're doing that. That's something like $4 billion. Most of the Ohio River actually is I don't want to say owned, but owned by Kentucky. So I think something like 85% of it is Kentucky, and the rest is like 15% is Ohio. So all that means is that we end up having to put more money up. So yeah, it's going to be a companion bridge. So something that's going to be built, I believe, right next to it to help alleviate local traffic and stuff like that. I've seen the videos on what it's supposed to do and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see it. We'll see when it happens. It's going to take a long time for that thing to be built. So, but plenty of jobs, I suppose. Tons of road closures and traffic jams, but I don't really ever have to go up there unless I go to the VA hospital, which I do got to go up some point, get an x-ray on my shoulder. Even though I told the nurse and she agrees that taking an x-ray of my shoulder is kind of pointless. I don't have a broken shoulder or anything, no broken bones. But I believe I need an MRI. Shoulder's been hurting for like a month and a half now, and I don't know if it's because I slept on it wrong or continue to sleep on it wrong, but I don't think so. It's just I think it's just because I'm getting older. It's just things are starting to fall apart, and all of a sudden things aren't working the way they used to be, and your mind isn't caught up to it yet. So that's the first step, an x-ray. And if I continue to have problems, which I will, I'm sure I'll get an MRI, and then we'll figure things out there, and then, you know, a surgery or something. But I've also got a physical therapy appointment, I think, in the end of June or July, end of July. Ooh, that's a nice wagon. I don't see many of those. But again, what's physical therapy for? We don't know what's going on. But it's free healthcare, so. Stop inside UDF and get me a Monster. I usually like the sugar-free ones, but Monster's come out with a new flavor, a grape one, a voodoo grape or something like that, and grape's pretty much my favorite flavor of anything. So, and I think that's like a full flavor Monster, so it's the Marlboro Reds of cigarette drinks or whatever, compared to the sugar-free Monsters, which are the Marlboro Lights. But yeah, I'll give me a voodoo grape and probably some Reese sticks. See over here, Shell. Ford 29, but that's independently owned. That's owned by like some an Indian family. 416 for UDF here, which screw you on prices of food and stuff like that because it's a convenience mart. But they've been pretty good to us as far as like gas prices. But yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.